Hey folks, this is Matt once again, and I wanted to review Clerks 2, since I reviewed Clerks 1. I'll review Kevin Smith's other films on another day, another time, later on in the future, but since I did Clerks 1, why not Clerks 2? And Clerks 2 was kind of a film that really wasn't going to be made because, I don't know, if anyone out there follows Kevin Smith films, do you know that he made Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma. Then he made Jason Mewes Straight Back, which was supposed to be the last one because Jason Mewes had a drug problem, a severe drug problem, and he's like, well, he's getting tired of having to clean them up. Although he said people, it's time for me to move on, but it's like, it's hard to get him to clean up and, just do one more movie, and why not have those two guys at the front and the on the sidelines through all the movies, have them star in a movie. And, that's it. And then he made Jersey Girl. And Jersey Girl, I know it's still a film that he likes, but I know he himself, there are problems like dealing with, this couple, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez, who at that time, they made Geely, and they were in a lot of the tabloids. And it's like, oh, we're going to be the next bigger Bob. If Geely did this, what the fuck's Jersey Girl going to do now? They're dealing with a DP that, is an Oscar winner type guy, and so, they had some problems with him. And it was sort of like, wasn't as fun making the movie. It's like, it'd be nice just to, I think when they were doing the Clerks 10th anniversary special, it's like, it'd be nice to do this. Because at that time, Kevin Smith was offered the Green Hornet. And Scott Mosier didn't want to produce it. She's like, it's not going to be our movie. It's going to be a committee movie. You go in and, what action figures and what stuff can we do. And it's going to be a committee movie. It's not going to be our movie. So Scott Mosier didn't want to do it. And when that happened, Kevin Smith was like, well, I don't want to do it if you're not going to do it. So he's like, you know what? It's not my, I like watching them, but directing them, no. I'd much rather direct stuff like this, which is Clerks 2. And Clerks 2, Jeff Anderson sort of didn't want to do it because, like, well, what? We've gotten fatter and, people don't make fun of us and people are like, oh, come on, why the fuck are you doing this? Why are you touching that? And the original idea for Clerks 2 had a bunch of titles like The Passion of the Clerks, which everybody hated, so they changed. I think at first, basically on the film, Dante and Randall, Dante comes into work, and the convenience store, the Quick Stop, is burned down. And so it's like a little while later, and they're working at a fast food joint. What was it? Moobys? Fuck. Can't believe I forgot the name of the damn fast food joint. Moobys. The Moobys, which you saw in Ashley and Jason Bob Straight Back and other films. Moobys. And yeah, Rosario Dawson, who is great in this movie. Rosario Dawson is very great. And basically, it's sort of the same thing. Dante has this girl played by actually Kevin Smith's wife. And she's good, and she does a good job. Jennifer. And they don't get married, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to get married and work with her father. And Rosario Dawson, you can tell they've been together, intimate before. But Rosario Dawson is very cool. She's like one of the guys, but she's very hot as hell as well. And basically it's the same thing where Dante's giving shit to Randall's giving shit to Dante. How he calls this guy online Cripple Boy, has a fight with him. And you have this other guy who comes in, what's the actor's name? Trevor Fairman, who actually did a good job. I thought I wouldn't like him, but he's sort of a younger guy there who's I don't know why, just now it made me think of Michael Caine. Not because of him, but because he's a big Transformers fan. He's a big Transformers fan. And sort of Randall sort of gives him shit about that, and I'm just picturing that scene where, I'm sure you've seen it, where these two guys, a customer comes in, and they're both big fans of Lord of the Rings, and Randall's like, there's only one trilogy, it's not the Ring, it's the Jedi. And basically they have a good back and forth, and, Randall's like, that Return of the King had like 10, 12 endings. If they wanted to blow my mind, they should have had Frodo Sam's cock. That would have been an Academy Award-worthy ending, or, they were gay for each other. You have, like, great dialogue, like, the new kid, played by Trevor, talks about, pillow pans. Randall looks at him and goes, what's pillow pans? And he's like, well, it's the little creature that lives in, like, he has his girlfriend, and Randall's giving him shit like, oh, you haven't mated with her yet, you haven't laid with her yet, huh? How come you haven't done that? He's like, well, we can't, because, she has pillow pans. And Randall's like, what's pillow pans? Like, well, it's a little creature that lives in her pussy. And Randall looks at him. I love how they did this, because the way they did the DP, the light, is straight out of The Shining. And would you know it? The score from The Shining plays. Like, if you have that scene, watch it again. Listen to the music. It's like, down, down, bow, bow, down, 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 down. I love that. And they sort of gave him the look of, Jack Nicholson, and he's like talking about what pillow pants is. And Randall's like, the first time in the movie, in both movies, where he's just dumbfounded, he can't believe it. Like, he can't even say anything. He's like, oh, yeah. I love scenes like that. And, James and Bob back, and like Jason Mewes, he had gotten rehabilitated, so they put that with the characters and says, he has like a Bible. Oh, not with the power of Christ on my side, sir. And, they call everybody sir. But they're still pretty funny. I mean, everybody's pretty funny. Basically, the long story short of the story, it's sort of Dante's last day, and Randall's trying to help him out, so he's going, what's something we've been thinking about since Bachelor Party? So he's going to give him like a donkey show. And like, Dante is like with Rosario Dawson, you see some chemistry sparking, and like, they sort of dance on the rooftop, like, oh, sit your ass down. And there's like a dance sequence, which I'm like, what the fuck? But it's actually a pretty funny dance sequence, actually, with the Jackson 5, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. He did a good job with it. I was surprised. And basically, Dante and Rosario start getting together, and like in the end, there's a donkey show, and they're like, well, wait a minute, where's the lady? And there's a guy there, and it's like, I don't think there's going to be a lady. And basically, the guy fucks the donkey, and you don't see it, thankfully, of course. They wouldn't be able to show that, but like, what the fuck? And basically, they kiss, and Dante and Rosario kiss, and Jennifer, his fiance, go and smashes a cake in his face. The cops come because there's smoke around, and they arrest everybody. And what's great about this movie, I really enjoyed it because it has a lot of good funny bits, and a lot, some solid dialogue, and you have some good actors that come in, like Jason Mewes, who used to be one of their classmates. Yeah, but he's made it big. He's like one of those internet tycoon type of guys. But they gave him shit by saying, what was it? Shit pickle or pickle fucker. Call him pickle fucker, because in Kid they would rag on Jason Mewes, not them, but like some bullies. They would stick a pickle up his ass and walk, and if it fell off, they had to take a bite and put it right back in. And so they call him pickle fucker, but then Jason Mewes gets him because it's like, well, you know what? You're still flipping burgers. I got all this money, all this power, and look where you're at. And then you have a scene where, I gotta get out. Dante follows him to do some race car. Well, that brings me to my point. It has some funny moments instead of that outrageous humor like in the original film. And he has some good actors. Like Rosario Dawson really impressed me. She was really funny and very beautiful and very solid. But basically, this film has a good heart to it. It sort of has about friendship.